Good morning, guys. How do you know that your research findings are true? You can confidently answer yes if you understand this familiar figure. This is the bell curve. Maybe you have seen this many times, but you are wondering how do you apply this curve in understanding your research findings? If you look at the curve, it is actually composed of several dimensions. You have 0 here, which stands for the standard deviation. 1 here is 1 standard deviation. 2 is 2 standard deviations. And 3 is 3 standard deviations. So, to understand this curve, we have to understand that 68% of the observations, that is 34% plus 34%, falls within 1 standard deviations, 1 standard deviation, and 95% of the means of the average will fall within 2 standard deviation, right? Because 34 plus 34 is 68, and 13.5, 34, 34 plus 13.5 is 95%. So how do you apply this in your research findings? Example, one of your research problem is what is the average income of graduate students in MSU Jensen? Currently, there are 1,000 students in the graduate school, but you only interviewed 300. You did not interview everybody, so you only interviewed 300. How sure are you that the answers of the 300 respondents will represent the answers of the 1,000? For instance, if the answer you got in the survey is PHP 20,000 per month, in other words, the average income of all students of the respondents of the survey is 20,000 per month, and the standard deviation is 2,000. So 20,000 is the average income, 22,000 is the deviation. Standard deviation is the departure from the average, so the how far are the other answers from the average. So sabi 2,000. Now, is it true? Are they telling the truth? Remember that you only asked 300 people. You did not ask the 1,000. So how sure are you that the this is really true? The 20,000 average income is really true. Okay. Now, statistics says that if you have sufficient number of samples, your observations will be very close to the mean. In other words, you interviewed 300, and based on in your analysis, the 300 is sufficient enough to get an answer that is very close to the 1,000 uh, population. 300 lang kasi ang in-interview mo eh. But sa iyong computation, yung answer ng 300, tama na yan para malaman natin ano ang katotohanan na income sa 1,000. Okay? So, paano natin i-apply yung ating kaibigan na kuan na bell curve? Okay, ito. The average income is 20,000, right? 20,000 yung sagot nila na average income. The standard deviation is 2,000. So, 20,000 plus 2,000 equals 22,000, right? 20,000 minus 2,000 is 18,000. Kasi 2,000 man ang standard deviation natin. Therefore, the income of the 68%, kasi one standard deviation man yan, galing sa mean, no? One standard deviation. The income of the 68% of the respondents is between 18,000 to 22,000. Kasi that is within one standard deviation. Right? Yan. So, 18,000 to 22,000. 20,000 plus 2,000, 22,000. 20,000 minus 2,000 is 18,000. Right? And the income of the 95% of your respondents, 95%, no, is within two standard deviations. So that would be 20,000 minus 2,000 is 18. 18,000 minus 2,000 is 16,000. So this is two standard deviations. 1, 2. And this is also two standard deviation. 20,000 plus 2,000 is 22. 22,000 plus 2,000 is 24,000. So this is your 95% of the respondents will have incomes between 16,000 to 24,000. So how sure are you that the answers that you got are true? Well, you are sure that within 18,000 to 22,000, 68% of the graduate students will have income of 18,000 to 22,000, and 95% of the respondents will have incomes between 16,000 to 24,000. So that's it, folks. That's how you understand the implication of the bell curve in your statistical analysis. Good day.